going on, and it's being dealt with this way. Not because I'm in favor of his politics or what he says. I criticize him all the time. That's my job, and he deserves it. But he doesn't deserve this. A guy pointing an AK-47 at him while he's playing golf? And we take solace in the fact that the guy didn't get any rounds off? That does not work for me.
Did Chris Cuomo just apologize to Donald Trump? Yes, you heard that right, and yes, he did. Chris Cuomo apologizes to Donald Trump following the assassination attempt where most of the media is trying to pile on, or some are even saying that he himself is outright responsible for his own assassination attempt. Chris Cuomo had a very different message, and in this is kind of subtly taking some shots at the things that the MSM is saying. Now, as usual with Cuomo, I never know exactly what his motive is. Seems like ever since he got canned by CNN, he's just been pretty scorned at the Democrat Party over it. But at the same time, I will say this message sounded totally sincere, totally heartfelt. So that said, folks, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, and take a listen to what Chris Cuomo had to say.
And you can think what you want about Trump. He does not have many more full-throated critics of what he says and does than me. Okay? And yet I called him today because I am ashamed of how we are responding and not responding to the threats on him. And I feel for his family. And I know you can roll your eyes and say, oh, yeah, he asked for it. Listen, that's your choice, and I think it's a wrong choice, okay? We got to get out of the judgment business unless it's judging ourselves, and you got to start rewarding things that are better. And I got to tell you, I don't know how he stays in the race. I don't know how he got up after being shot in the head. And you people who try to mitigate that, you need to check yourself. He gets up, pumping his fist, stays in the race, barely even talks about it. Now, look.
Yeah, I know it's a crazy thing to think about, but Trump actually does have a family that cares about him and loves him, and this whole situation's not been very easy. And yes, even if, oh, it just hit him in the ear. Yeah, how many of you in your life had a bullet hit you in the ear or survived someone literally trying to kill you? Okay, it takes bravery. As Chris Cuomo points out here, it does take guts to stay in the race, knowing that so many people are out to get you. So anyways.
He now has another chance. Oh, you're supporting Trump. I'm supporting us. The idea that I am a Trump supporter is laughable to the man on your screen, right?
As a Trump supporter, I agree. Chris Cuomo's not a Trump supporter.
Now, that is not what this is. I am worried about us. I am ashamed of what's happening around us right now and the relative lack of concern about it. I just don't see how we get anywhere better than where we are right now. Look, I'm not blaming Democrats.
In today's unpredictable economy, it's more important than ever to secure your financial future with a stable long-term investment, and that's why I've teamed up with Goldco. Gold has been a proven safe haven for centuries, consistently holding its value while stocks, bonds, and even the dollar can fluctuate. When markets crash or inflation spikes, gold remains strong, offering a solid foundation for your retirement. With Goldco, you can easily diversify your portfolio with gold and silver IRAs, which can protect you from the volatility of other investments like stocks and real estate. Goldco makes the rollover process for your 401k or IRA tax and penalty free with expert guidance at every step. And plus, right now, you can get up to $10,000 in free silver when you open an account. So make the smart choice for your financial future right now at vincegold.com. Again, that is vincegold.com to learn more about investing in precious metals. And remember, this is not financial advice. Investing always comes with risk, but be sure to visit vincegold.com to learn more.
I'm not blaming Democrats. I'm really not. I blame the guy. And whatever disease he has that the people around him either knew about and did nothing about. The guy was arrested 20 years ago for barricading himself in a room with all these weapons. Where are we caring about one another? Where are we taking care of our own? Where are we pushing to get help?
See, that's the thing. I think that's a fair take, honestly, by Chris Cuomo in a bubble, which is that I mean, Democrats do say some crazy things, but they're not directly calling for violence against Trump. And hey, what one crazy person does is not your responsibility if you never told the crazy person to go do that. But with that in mind, it goes both ways, does it not? Because Democrats have spent the last 10 years, and honestly, even before that, they blame Trump for Charlottesville, even though he condemns white supremacy. They blame Trump for January 6th, even when he said peacefully and patriotically. So, it is kind of ironic that when you hold their own standard against them, suddenly they have such an issue. But that said, I do kind of understand the point that Chris is trying to make. I don't think it's entirely unfair.
We're leaving people languishing, dying on the streets. What is going on with us? I don't get it. That's why I reached out to Trump. I wanted to just say, listen, I'm really sorry that this is going on and it's being dealt with this way. Not because I'm in favor of his politics or what he says. I criticize him all the time. That's my job, and he deserves it. But he doesn't deserve this. A guy pointing an AK-47 at him while he's playing golf? And we take solace in the fact that the guy didn't get any rounds off. That does not work for me.
Yeah.
If I had been through what that guy's been through in the last 2 months, you would not know where I am. You would never see me on TV again. No way I would do that. I don't know how he does it. He's got kids, they're adults, but he's got grandkids. He's got a wife. People giving crap to Melania Trump, worrying about whether or not there was a plot around his husband. How could she not? I don't think she's right, but I totally get why she feels that way, and people mock her. And then her husband has a guy pointed with an AK-47. Where are those people apologizing?
Nowhere.
That's what it's time for. I should not have come at you, Melania Trump, for suggesting that maybe there was something more afoot. I get your paranoia. I get your feelings. You have a right to that. There's nothing wrong with saying that, with being a basic, decent human being. It has gotten too out of control, too far from where we need to be and how we need to be. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know.
So honestly, I say this genuinely. Props to Chris Cuomo for doing this segment. I think it was classy. It was the right message. And it's easy to take it for granted, but when you've made your entire career off of Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes these things are not so easy to say. For instance, we did play this in the last video, but I feel like it's relevant once again. His former BFF, Don Lemon, who by the way went to grovel back to CNN after they fired him, did not have a very similar message following the assassination attempt whatsoever.
Crooked Joe, Crooked Hillary, Crooked Kamala, Comrade Kamala, deranged Jack Smith, bird brain Nikki Haley, bloodbath if he's not elected. There won't be another election if he's not elected. Bringing drugs or bringing crime, they're rapists. Poisoning the blood of our country, destroying the blood of our country, which was something that was Hitler-esque. Communist, Marxist, fascist, left-leaning that live like vermin. Sons of bitches to NBA players. Shithole countries. Haiti was one, and now he's blaming Haitian immigrants for things. Blood coming out of her wherever, as he talked about Megyn Kelly. And so if Donald Trump wants Kamala Harris and others to stop saying that he is a threat to democracy, then he should stop threatening democracy. Perhaps he shouldn't be trying to overturn elections, overthrow the government, and inciting insurrections if he doesn't want people to be honest about what he is, who he is, and what he's doing.
So yeah, that's the contrast there between Don Lemon's message and Chris Cuomo's message literally 24 to 48 hours after the assassination attempt. And that's why I say, as someone who has still criticized Chris Cuomo a lot even after he left CNN, and even as someone who has claimed the entire time that Chris Cuomo's little "I'm a moderate, I'm an independent now" evolution has been totally insincere because he refuses to admit that he was ever wrong about anything he said in the past. All of that aside, I will still say, it takes guts. It honestly takes courage as someone who is so Trump deranged to go out and say something like this. And you can see that people like his former BFF, Don Lemon, do not have the courage to just go out and say, this is bad. this shouldn't really be happening. So again, props to Cuomo for doing so, and I really did think it sounded pretty sincere and emotional the way he was saying it. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, check out our friends at vincegold.com, and until next time, God bless and peace.